So, with that being said, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Port City Podcast.
Hello and welcome, you
scallywags.
You
big babies.
You massive chill butts.
Butts. Is that what you said? Welcome back, guys, to
Hello.
episode 32 of the Port City Podcast. Today, we are talking about something very near and dear to our hearts. But as a disclaimer, we have not been paid to promote this. We've not been asked to promote this. They don't even know we really exist.
We're doing this kind of out of the kindness of our
This
hearts.
is solely out of our own interest.
I'm a drinking boy again this week.
I know, I ran through mine so fast. But anyways, yeah, we have no real affiliation with what we're talking about today, the organization or the group. We have been to some of their events and we love them. And that is what we're talking about today. You probably saw on the title is Revelations Omega. We have been to, you've been to one Revelations iteration.
One Revelations event.
Rev 9 up there.
Yeah, I think that might be my Rev 9
Where
patch.
is my I survived? I have a patch that says I survived Revelations 8 because I went to the 8th
You
one.
went to 8.
We went to 9 together.
Yes.
And then we were supposed to go to 10,
But
and everyone
COVID? No.
bailed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Everyone bailed last minute in our crew, so we didn't go. And I had Revelations 10. I had a trip that got double booked.
That's right.
That I couldn't miss. So yeah, we're talking about Revelations Omega.
Yeah.
At Ballahack Airsoft. Shout out to Ballahack. We'll have their stuff linked down in the description. If you're not familiar with Ballahack Airsoft, you should definitely check it out. They're based out of Virginia.
Chesapeake, Virginia.
And the owner, Chris, is just one of the best guys.
Just great. Yeah.
Just a
solid,
real good guy.
Solid airsofter.
Sorry, I've got something in my nose. It's
Should get it out.
just making me feel weird. Yeah, honestly, Chris is one of the reasons, like one of the big reasons I decided I wanted to do airsoft. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I had been playing for a long time, but what we're doing here, all the me wanting to make airsoft content and like partner together to do this, and we have all of our dreams and stuff about what this can become. All of that kind of links back to Rev 8 for me.
Yeah.
And Rev 9 obviously was really fun, but Rev 8, just getting to be at the field and see that many people playing airsoft together and having fun and just what airsoft could be, that is when I decided I got to do this.
It was very similar for me. It was the first real like airsoft event that I went to. I had played pickup games,
stuff,
but
yeah.
This was my first event, and it was an absolute blast. I still remember. There's so many memories, dude. All the times that we were ambushed and just walking down the street by like the same people.
So much fun, dude. And I was getting like hired to as like
assassinate
a bounty hunter.
people and like
I had my
yeah.
SSG. I was getting hired to like hunt people, and I would bring back bounties and stuff.
Dude,
It's
so
fun.
much fun.
All that being said, Rev Omega this year, December 9th through the 10th at Ballahack Airsoft, we intend to attend.
We intend
to attend. That is not guaranteed yet. There's a lot of kind of logistics we have to work through with our own schedules and the rest of our crew. But we thought it was worth talking about, and we really wanted to share this with you guys. So if you've never heard of Rev, boy howdy, we have the video for you. We're going to break down all the details about Rev Omega that we can find on the Ballahack website, and we're going to share a little bit of experience. You guys get insider information.
I think there's some video too
from someone. I do have some video I will put up as we talk through it from some of the past years we've been. Yeah, we're going to share our experience, and then we're going to react to Mr. the Swamp Sniper himself.
Mr. the
video,
Swamp Sniper, Christopher.
So it looks like Rev Omega, December 9th through the 10th, $130. Looks like they're offering it in installments now, but
everybody's doing installments. It's like
if
the whole
I understand
thing,
correctly, and it's been like this in the past. correct me if I'm wrong, but that price is your pre-order price.
Yeah,
and
then
it gets more expensive.
Yeah, so if you show up on December 9th and don't have a ticket, it's $150.
I think it might even be more.
No, it says and $150 standard price if placed after 10/9/23. Oh,
right,
yeah, that's right.
But there's
it's November.
Price.
Okay, yeah, there's a walk-on price that I think
October.
is I know. Yeah, so the cutoff is October 9th, and then it increases to $150.
And then I think walk onto the field the day of is like when we went. I don't know if they're doing it this year. I don't see anything right here that specifies. But when we went, it was like $200 to walk onto the field, or like $250, like something way more expensive. So you can do that if you just want to show up, but they really want you to pre-order ahead of time so that they can. Because what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to get your information and save it, and then put your name onto the register, and then they have to get you certain equipment so that you can start. So you're not just showing up with your own stuff. You need to bring your own blaster, your own BBs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you're going to show up, you're going to get a patch. Typically in years past, we've gotten a patch and some bottle caps, which are used for currency. We'll talk about that later. And then I think a raffle ticket. And then you have to get there and get chronoed and everything. But yeah, they can't order you a patch if
they don't know you're coming.
If they don't know you're going to be there. So highly recommend, save some money, order ahead of time, pre-order. We're going to try to get our pre-orders in next month. Like I said, there's a lot of logistics we have to work through.
It'd be a fun, I really want to do this. So I'm pushing for it.
Read us the schedule.
Dude, Revelation 13. So it looks like that starts at 7. Well, parking starts at 7 a.m. It looks like it just goes until about 5 p.m. Games start at 10:15. There's a briefing at 10, so a 15-minute briefing, and that's usually just him
be there
getting
for the briefing.
You want to be there.
Don't be the guy that misses the briefing.
Well, you need to be there for processing, and it looks. I mean, they got quite a bit of time, 2.5 hours for processing.
We always try to get there early because we like to get set up and ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure all your stuff's ready to go. And then it's just 2 days. So and it looks like it's again. Yeah, it's 7:30 till 5. Day. Yeah. So it's a 45-minute briefing the second day. I wonder if they just have like a gameplay element that they're going to introduce on the second day.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they add new stuff.
Yeah.
All players must have signed waiver within the last calendar year.
We would have to. Yeah, we'd have to redo that.
Refunds are non-refundable unless the event is canceled.
Non-transferable.
Event tickets are non-transferable.
Camping had been permitted at some of them, right? There was on-site camping at the one that I went to.
People must have been getting in trouble or something.
Yeah, I could see that.
Players will not be allowed on the field prior to the event, day before or the day of, to set up structures, encampments, or the likes of.
Ooh, clothing and weapon requirements.
The clothing and weapon requirements found below. So let's get into this. We're going to kind of skip over some of the field marshal, hit calling, and stuff like that, because that's kind of general airsoft stuff. I think medics is this. There are no classical medics at Revelation. The stim pack rule, more on this later. Can heal any other player. When healing another survivor, the individual using the stim pack cannot fire their weapon without having to restart counting to 60 with the stim pack, unless you're using a super stim, which takes 30 seconds.
Which I remember people saying there were super stims that only take 30 seconds, but I thought it was just them trying to get around the rules.
Yeah, I thought that was some bullcrap, but apparently super stims exist. This is why you got to be at the briefing and read the rules. Yeah, so I will look at hit calling real quick because it's just the normal stuff.
60-second bleed out time.
You need a dead rag, all that stuff.
Scream, hit violently. Oh, or scream violently.
Okay, so you can either yell hit or and then die.
No.
All hit players must immediately drop to the ground as if actually hit, or at minimum take a knee. So they really love the role-playing aspect at these events. Like, really get into it. Die. I've taken these before when I'm like, I'm too tired, and there's mud everywhere.
Fully died sometimes. I've just been
if I'm in water, I'm popping a squat. I'm not going to lay down.
Yeah.
To visually signify a hit, dead rags must be placed on top of the head, and the player's weapon and or hands must be raised over their head. While our player is dead, they are not allowed to speak words other than medic, respawning, or dead man walking in order to ensure no dead player can communicate information to his or her team, enemy positions, etc., until they have been healed by a medic or respawn. Players cannot speak while being healed by a medic. Yeah. Pretty standard stuff here.
Yeah.
Respawns. Why don't you read this one?
If a stim pack is not readily available, players can utilize one of several community respawns. Player must travel all the way to the respawn. If they decide to respawn, players cannot start on the way to the respawn and end up being healed via stim pack. So if you're walking, you have to walk. You can't stop and get stim pack and then get back in. Players must wait at the respawn for 3 minutes before they can re-enter gameplay. Remain calm at respawn as they are community respawns, and players may be in the awkward situation of respawning next to hostile players.
So this is one thing I would say to a lot of you guys who are planning on attending. If you're going to a role-playing event like this really is a LARPing event more than anything else. Now, it is Airsoft. You are using Airsoft as the means to conduct this LARPing event, but it is a post-apocalyptic themed event.
And man, that is it's always been so cool. Like that's the part of it that
there's so much that could mean. Some people are Mad Max, some people are Fallout, some people are just like The Division.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like, and we kind of fall more into that side of things, more like The Division, like kind of prepper vibe. You don't hold grudges after you're dead.
Yeah,
like the idea here is that it's free roam, open. So there's nothing that stops me from robbing you on the road. But if you kill me, right, and all I do is just go respawn and 10 minutes later come back to shoot you, it kind of defeats the purpose of like having those role-playing encounters, because what's stopping us from just kind of shooting each other all day? Like, get into it, negotiate, talk with people. I've had people hold me up at gunpoint and be like, oh, give me all your bottle caps, which is the currency. And then I've had to talk my way out of it. If I just shot them every single time out of the gate and then they came back and blasted me because they were mad, like, let it be like you're starting new. Let the respawn be like, I'm starting as a new person. I'm trying in. I like to bring 2 pairs of clothes, one for the first day, one for the second day, because sometimes you do make enemies the first day, and
they know what you look like.
Some people hold grudges.
Yeah, they do.
And so I like to swap out my kit and my clothes and my blaster the second day. But
also, don't take a giant flag that you printed yourself with you.
Who would think of that?
Yeah, that sounds like a really dumb idea.
Never do that.
We would never do that twice.
I'm going to insert the footage right here of us holding the flag. Yeah. And if you recognize that flag, I'm very sorry, because that was a rough one for us.
That was rough.
People were trying to hunt us down.
They hated the fact that we had any sort of organization.
Yeah, we had like a little clan going.
Yeah.
Chrono and minimum engagement distances. I'm not going to read through any of this, actually. Basically, chrono, show up, get your blaster chrono. They're going to give you a kind of like weapons class with minimum engagement distances, which will be marked by color. My sniper is like, I think 75 or 100 foot minimum engagement distance.
My M4 was like 25 foot.
Yeah, M4 is like 25 feet. Probably most of our stuff now is going to be 25 to 50.
Yeah.
That's why you need a sidearm. But yeah, read their chrono rules. Go to the website. You can get all the details on that. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're good. How dare you burp?
Rules of engagement.
Okay. RT's controlling in firefights. Blind firing is strictly prohibited.
No, blind
strictly
fire.
Prohibited.
If you don't know what that is, that's firing your blaster around a corner or over a wall without having your eye over the blaster.
They say you also
actually aim.
And then you can't fire through a hole or a crack that you can't fit your head through.
Firing from the hip is not considered blind firing.
No, it's just
but like firing around a corner
ideal.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't fit your head through it, then don't fire through it.
Oh, semi only unless you have an LMG. Okay. Firing players should be able to see down the sights of their weapons.
Dude,
firing, players should be able to see down the sights of their weapons.
I should bring that RPK this year.
You should.
It'll rip and tear.
Only in cases.
Could you imagine the scenario when we were on that land bridge and got ambushed, but I have an RPK?
Wait, what?
Remember when we were at the Deuce and a Half and that huge group came out from the north?
Oh, yeah.
And then a
Could
huge
you
group
imagine
came.
if
We
you
got
had that
caught in the
RPK?
middle of an actual war between like 100 people.
Yeah.
And could you imagine if I just had that RPK in the back of the Deuce and a Half?
Just laying down some hate.
Mowing them down, dude.
Hey,
we could do that. We could just be like mercenaries for hire this year.
I would actually love that. Yeah. I would take my AK. I'd take my little AK with me, dude. That'd be so nice.
All right, sorry, I nerd out over this.
No, you're
stuff.
fine, dude. So no safety kills are permitted. So no safety.
No bang bang.
No bang bang.
No bang bang.
When firing, you should be able to see down the sights. Grenade kills are allowed only in cases in which a BB from a grenade hits a live player.
Oh.
So it's only thunder bees. I don't think sound grenades are a thing.
So my grenades are all useless.
Yeah. No radius for grenade kills. You may not throw thunder bees in connexes. And then melee kills are not permitted outside the blood pit. Oh, so they're bringing back the blood pit.
Blood pit comes back.
Nice.
I am not personally a fan of the no grenades. I understand why, but I've had the reason. I'll explain why. I'm not a fan of grenades that grenade kills that require a BB hit a person, because I have witnessed more often than not that those BBs don't have enough force behind them. So people don't call it. I have thrown grenades with BBs in them, watched it dust a person, and they don't call it because they didn't feel. So I'm more a fan of radius kills. I know when you get onto that, there's like a 5-foot range on the cusp of that, where some people will call it a little further away and some people won't call it close enough.
Right.
I am more a fan of the radius ones, but I mean, it's just the rules of the field, so that's just how it is. I probably won't even use my grenades, honestly, at this event, because
there's too many people.
If they allow, did they say pyro or anything on there?
They didn't, but I don't know.
They
if
allow
there's no
EG,
radius,
what is it, EG67?
But if there's no radius for, there's not BBs in the EG67, is there?
Yeah. There's dried peas.
Well, I don't know. That's interesting.
I don't know. But that's the rules. Stim packs. We don't really need to cover a whole lot about this.
Stim packs
essentially, you can use a stim pack to heal a downed player. Otherwise, they're going to have to walk back to respawn.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it. You can go to the website. We'll have this page linked down below as well for you guys to read more about Rev Omega. Rev is at its heart a role-playing event. Concordantly, is that a word? I don't even know that, dude.
Concordantly?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah. Concordantly is
I've never heard that word before.
It's like in accord with.
Okay. Concordantly, a large part of the game is accruing wealth, and boy, howdy did we accrue some wealth that year.
Yeah, we did.
All players
you still got that pouch.
Hundreds of caps.
We came out like thieves.
Like several admin pouches stuffed to the brim. I took one. I think Noah took one. Did you have one at one point?
I did not.
And my dad had one. Full. I think Trey took one as well. We had a ton. Bless you. All players are requested to bring several lootable items to barter in gameplay. Specific looting rules to come. I don't know what they're going to announce for this. Previously, it had been, I think, 5 per day. 5
something like that. I think we did like
day.
Scooby snacks.
It's just so when you get down to the looting side of things, you can be looted while you're dead. You can be looted. I think it says specific looting rules to come. So if it specifies differently, that's fine. But in the past, it was you can be looted once while you're down. Once per death, you can be looted for either 5 caps or an in-game item. No one can take your personal stuff. You bring things that for people to steal. So run a backpack, run a fanny pack, run something, admin pouch. Trey brought a David Bowie coloring book. I brought like a Goodwill trophy. Davey brought one of those little paddle. Yeah, you can just bring things that people can loot off of you.
It's a good time.
Dude, this is where I'm about to get so into it right here, dude.
There will be multitude of admin designated role players in the game. These characters range from beggars to merchants to powerful characters. These role players will be designated with an overt symbol. Players are encouraged to avoid antagonizing role players as they are invincible. Role players are included in gameplay to enrich player experience through quests, factions, and trade. Players are encouraged to interact with the role players. There will also be multiple photographers and gameplay admin staff. These individuals are not in gameplay and thus not to be endangered.
These role players be giving out quests.
Dude, I want to do so many quests.
They be sending you on magical adventures to find magical wares.
Magical wares.
Attitude. I am going to read this because I feel like some people got an attitude. Rev is a unique experience. There are very few airsoft events that come close to creating an environment akin to Revelation.
That's good. That's a good word.
There are many trying situations that might arise from this game. However, all players are expected to behave in a mature, friendly manner, even when the game gets intense. Any instances of verbal or physical aggression are grounds for immediate banning from the field. Now, we have experienced this. There was a situation one year where a gentleman, I actually found this. I found his perspective on YouTube one day. I'm not going to link it or anything, but I found it one day where that guy who was in the bunker with us went off. Remember when there was a guy in a bunker with us and he left and came back with like 10 guys to try to take it?
Oh, the first day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, it gets tense because your team is playing for an objective and it really feels like you versus everyone because it is a free-for-all.
Yeah.
And in the main quest, whatever it is each year, there's an objective. And when you are close to having that objective and someone gets in the way, it gets intense. And what had happened was we misunderstood the rules. We got into a bunker, which was the objective, and did not realize that we had to hold it for the entire day until the last minute. We thought once we get in, we accomplished the mission,
right? And
then we can play the rest of the day. So what actually happened was we got in like halfway through the day. We had gotten the key to this bunker and snuck in. And then we turn around, there's a guy there, and he's like, well, I'm going to be here too. And I was like, well, no, there's not enough room for us, and shot him. Yeah. And then they were coming in trying to throw grenades over the walls and all this stuff, and the admins got involved. It was a very heated moment, and everyone was. I noticed everyone was mad at us. Like if you watch the YouTube video, you can hear them like, "Yo, cheater," blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I mean, hey man, we were in a room with one entrance. It was a funnel, and it was just easy to pick people off as they came in. And throwing grenades over the wall doesn't count, so we weren't calling that.
The admins were ruling that there was a roof to the building, so any grenade that went over the top of the wall did not count.
Obviously, the admins in that situation had not prepared for that specific scenario. So they were having to make calls on the fly. And hey, we were fine. You know, obviously we were frustrated because we thought we had won the main objective and then kind of got pushed out of that because we weren't going to sit there for hours and fight off the entire field.
No.
So, hey, we called it. We walked back to respawn. No hard feelings. But like, you'll find yourself in situations, just remind yourself, hey, I'm here to have fun, and I need to make sure other people are having fun too. For us, it was satisfying enough to know that we got the key and got in. We didn't have to win. Like
the firefight that we got into was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
tucked
memories.
Into this corner of a building with one room, all just sitting there with our pistols out, waiting for someone to come through the door and just capping them.
So it was.
I think we ended up leaving because we ran out of ammo.
Yeah, it was a good time. Just be reasonable. Yeah. Be understanding. For those who were like, people were getting mad. People were like yelling at us as we were walking out. Like it's not. Hey man, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
It's airsoft. If you're that uptight about it, this may not be the event for you, because there's a lot of situations like that where it is not always clear who wins and who loses, because that's not what this game is. This isn't a force on force situation. This is a role-playing event where you really honestly have a very special opportunity to play airsoft in a very unique way.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, I really think they said it here where it's there are very few airsoft events that come close to creating an environment akin to Revelations. I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, the level of immersion you find yourself in is a bit
so fun.
Nuts.
And the field, Ballahack has such a great field.
Good field.
You want to tell us a little bit about the dress code here?
Yeah, so it's mostly just post-apocalyptic, right? So gear should reflect the dire, stark atmosphere. Payers should eschew.
What? Where are you at?
It's the gear. Gear should also reflect the dire, stark atmosphere.
Players. It's just there's a typo. Players
should eschew
modern military gear.
Oh, so eschew is like not.
Eschew
it's like avoid. Yeah.
See,
okay, so
we're learning new words here. Yeah.
So basically, they're saying don't come dressed up as Call of Duty guy, right?
You won't be allowed in if you don't. If you look like you drop straight out of the U.S. Army.
They even say Ballahack Airsoft reserves the right to deny players entry if their kit does not match the atmosphere. This is the event for rags, not cries. Do not show up in full modern military kit. We reserve the right to reject you without refund if you don't follow these rules. So they take it serious.
Watch some gameplay.
Yeah.
Swamp Sniper and a ton of other people have gameplay of Revelations on their channel. Just go look at what people are wearing. Dude, you wore a windbreaker and some Target cargo pants. And I
didn't even wear cargo pants. I think I wore just black jeans.
I wore jeans and a North Face jacket. Obviously other stuff because it's cold in the wintertime, especially in Virginia. But
yeah.
I mean, apocalypse could mean really anything. The Walking Dead, Falling Skies, The Last of Us, like all those things, great inspiration for this. Fallout,
and
not
there were
everyone
still
can afford power armor. But
there were still people that were running plate carriers. I ran a plate carrier.
Yeah.
That's not saying that you can't.
I would just avoid camo.
Yeah, like if you're gonna do that, then work it into a post-apocalyptic style kit, right? So like the Division, there were a lot of people that were like have the containers, the biohazard containers with the logos all over them. They had the Isaac thing.
One of my favorite shout out, dude, myself. One of my favorite things from the Division is the city workers who are wearing like those heavy duty like trash worker jackets and stuff, or like the firefighter loadout. I love that one.
Oh yeah.
So just stuff like that. Like if you work for the city or have worked for the city, grab like a high vis jacket or something and wear that. I like to be a little bit more camo because we spend a lot of time out in the woods. But honestly, it doesn't matter. You can wear whatever you want.
And I ended up running an M4. I think you ran your SSG 24. It says here it's supposed to take place in post-apocalyptic wasteland, and as such, players are expected to look and act the part. Weapons should be free of sights, lasers, flashlights, and other such accessories.
Interesting. I wonder.
I didn't have any of that on my blaster last time. I just had a bare bones. I mean, it was a cool,
scopes
nice
are only
looking
acceptable
blaster.
on bolt action rifles. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine with me. Because I was going to say, I wasn't asked to take my optic off.
No. And I didn't have an optic at the time, so I wasn't either.
I'm going to have to work on this. The RPK is easy to make look apocalyptic. If I just throw some rags on that thing.
And I just have to take off the optic on the AK, and it looks fine.
Yeah, your AK would slap out there, honestly.
Oh my gosh, it would absolutely destroy.
Yeah. They are also very reasonable. Like, I'm sure that if you showed up and they were like, what about, you can't really use the suppressor. And then you were like, well, my inner barrel is longer. I need the suppressor. They'd probably be like, all right.
All right, okay.
But like also, hey, if you have time, go ahead and start working on it now. I've got an idea that I want to do when we go to take a can of beans and make it into a suppressor.
I just had a thought. Sorry. Why would I take the AK and risk the suppressor getting flagged when I could take the G3 and have range?
Yeah, range right there.
Yeah, all right.
Optic, but you got the irons.
Yeah, they wouldn't count that as like a DMR.
No, bolt action rifle only.
Yeah.
We're kind of already at the 30-minute mark here, so let's move on to the video.
Yeah.
We're going to react.
This is episode 9. So this is episode 9 of Rev 11. So we're on
Rev
Omega
11,
is Rev
episode
13.
9. Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a promo for Omega.
No, this is just a...
It doesn't look like I can do subtitles. Can you? Oh, I got the remote.
Check out Ballahack Airsoft.
That's probably too loud.
We have a massive online store with the best products. Watch closely because you might win an airsoft gun. And if you're just ready to enjoy the
Why does he kind of look,
here is Rev 11,
you know,
episode 9.
smoldery? Right?
He always does. He always kind of looks a little.
I'm Chris, Swamp Sniper.
What did we say he was? Uncle Airsoft?
Uncle Airsoft.
Because Novrich is Daddy Airsoft.
Dayton is Brother Airsoft.
Dayton is Brother Airsoft. Chris is Uncle Airsoft. And then Evike Matt is
King Airsoft.
King of Airsoft.
King of Airsoft. And then Kicking Mustang is
that estranged cousin.
Stepfather Airsoft.
Stepfather Airsoft.
Oh, Lord, that's scary.
Yeah, see right there. That's
There
like
you
some
go,
Mad
yeah.
Max
That's-
stuff.
But then, like, you see what the kit that Chris is running is, right? And he's still a little tactical.
Even that guy, he has
These
camo.
guys are all-
That guy looks like a
has a
cowboy.
scope. That guy has a sight on his MP5.
Well,
Yeah,
those this is an old video. They may have changed the rules recently.
they may have.
Because they may have been running into issues where everyone had a scope. Look at that. There's a dead kid in the middle of town. They're having to revive him.
That guy's got camo on.
That guy
He's
has
got-
camo. It's pretty lax. Look, flannels are a great option. Denim.
It's going to be cold out there, too, especially in December. Man.
Dude, I remember at Rev 9 watching people just follow him around. Because I don't think he was even playing at Rev 9. I think he was just walking around, just like checking on people.
What just happened?
Caps are giving now. Someone heal that man.
Oh, he shot himself?
Dang.
He can be forgiven.
Wow.
Look, there's a little like tribe or
market,
something.
yeah.
Little... Oh, check it out. Little bucket.
There we go.
Look at that guy. Big
Radiation.
mohawk.
Quite a journey. If thick radiation smoke touches you, you die.
Wait, if what?
Oh, if thick radiation smoke touches you. So that was part of it. It was like Fallout style.
Oh, there's a smoke grenade. Yeah.
Yeah, so the
radiation
smoke counts as radiation.
That
They
is
have to-
sick.
Yeah. That's really cool.
That wasn't a part of it when we were there. I'm excited for that. That looks fun, dude. I wonder if you're allowed to bring smoke grenades or if the admin throw them. I'd imagine the admin would throw them. Because I don't think you could weaponize radiation like that.
Yeah.
Like in this setting.
It's got to be the admin.
So you can see right here, he's being very quiet.
He is. He's negotiating with other players.
Yeah. He's being very quiet. He's trying to gather information. He doesn't want to draw attention. There's a lot of this. Like this player right here, whether this is a player or an admin, I can't tell. Or not an admin, but a role play. I think this is a player.
They've got a blaster.
Yeah. But no cover on their buttstock?
Huh, interesting. Ooh,
Very
look at that guy's AK.
apocalyptic.
You see that guy's AK next to her? Ooh, that thing's slick.
Look, he's got a little strap ski on his. Oh,
Okay.
Dang.
what was that?
I think it's Caps.
Look at that guy. That guy looks cool.
He does look kind of cool.
Anyways, moving this over here. How long is the video? I can't remember. I don't think it says.
He's got a Pit Boy. You see him?
Yeah, dude, that's sick. So you're gonna find yourself doing a lot of this if you go to Rev. If you're playing the objective, is you're trying to gather information. they're going to tell you in the briefing what the objective is, what the storyline is, and then you're going to have a clue to start off. That guy's got full power armor right there.
That's kind of sick.
But basically, you're going to be going up to these role players, up to other players, trying to find out information about the main quest. They're going to be asking you to gather stuff. We had to collect these like stones, these like gemstones, to get a key to the bunker, and we wound up collecting them. We had to. My first year, I had to build a robot. I had to collect robot parts that had been stolen.
Yeah,
and all that stuff is lootable. Like, and they'll specify if it's not. But like, if you're in transit with a quest item and get killed, and they come up and ask you what you have to tell them I have
a quest item,
and so they can choose to take that. And I really think that's a very unique feeling.
I like that a lot.
Really, but then it really draws you into it because you're like, oh, I hope no one knows I have this.
Right, but then you also get people that do know you have it, and they just follow you around until they can kill you, and then they just do that. But then at the same time, like this position he's in now, this big group of people, if somebody fired, like there'd be so many people that would
but there'd also be so many people who would be willing to take the item.
That's true too.
And you can hire people. I think he's here. He's negotiating like for help or something.
Is he about to do something?
See, dude, it's nerve wracking because you feel like everyone's listening and watching. And I'd be listening too.
I would.
There's been times where I've been standing out in like the city street. Y'all are off negotiating with a role player, and I'm standing there and I'm just like listening to everyone's conversation, watching out. I had this one time a kid snuck up on me, put a shotgun up, came around like beside me, put a shotgun in my face, and I was wearing a poncho, and I had my Mark 23, and he was like, had his gun on me, and was like, what do you have? And I just like slowly drew and like put the barrel up against him from under the poncho, just like, whoosh. And I was like, I got a BB right here for you.
Nice. Do I remember the amount of times that someone was like down and one of our team was rezzing them, and then it'd be like, pull my pistol and shoot the guy behind you. He just killed me.
Well,
and then we'd like,
I had one time I came in and John was rezzing you.
Yeah.
He was so John was up, he's rezzing you. I come in and he's like, hey man, you just missed a shootout. They just killed Corbin and took like something. And I came and I was like, what? He's like, I need you to kill those guys because they have our stuff. And I was like, okay. And I had my shoulder holster and and I was like, nobody move.
We're all good.
We're square. He killed him. I killed him. We're good. We're just taking our item back. We backed out of there so fast.
We did, dude.
So
I remember when we got in that big firefight at the Maudus, or at the Deuce and a Half, sorry. Not the Maudus. The Deuce and a Half. John was rezzing me again.
Tradesies.
And the team that had pushed up and killed everybody, they were standing like, there was like 2 or 3 of them right there.
Yeah, it was mingled around. That was at that big battle. Everyone was getting rezzed.
There was one guy that was right next to me, and then he was a little bit separated from everyone else. And John was rezzing me, and that guy didn't realize that John was on my team and alive. He thought John was looting me.
Yeah.
And so I go, and I was like, John, pull my pistol and shoot this guy next to me. He just killed all of us. Like, pull the pistol and shoot. And he's like, what? I'm like, pull my pistol and kill him.
Yeah, dude.
And he does. He just grabs my gun and shoots him.
He just killed that guy.
Sir, you're hit. You need medical aid. Let me heal you with a special. Here's some medical. Look at how helpful.
Dang. Wait, so Chris just killed that guy?
Yeah, just to res him.
Who knows? This kid could be the one who turns the future of mankind around. He looks kind of smart.
Is that? I guess it's a super stem.
Must be.
I love you.
Dude's got the dye mask.
You think that's his kid?
Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Oh, my kid's
I don't know.
young.
Does he have kids? I don't know anything about.
I don't really know much about his personal life.
Seems kind of like an invasion of privacy.
Does honestly we should
know.
We should.
I try not to know anything
Dude, that's
about.
Sick.
I try not to know anything about the people that I really like because I always feel I would feel weird if I was like talking to someone and was like, "How's your kid?" and they're like, "Who are you? Who
are you?"
Is that like Radaway or something?
He said safe angel blood.
And angel blood. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, dude, this stuff is what Rev is all about.
This is just so cool. I mean, I'm just getting so many flashbacks
Maybe just do something cool for me.
to the time that we went. Is that like ODST armor? What's that chest rig that guy's
I
got?
don't know. That guy's got full power armor. Dude, you know that the Fallout role players are like turning out.
Oh yeah, for anything
just
Fallout.
Like showing up for this.
I will gladly accept that.
That's so
That's
cool.
so cool.
I don't know if it will fit over my head.
Yeah, man. I don't go that hard with the full power armor, but you know, I have a
Dude,
good time.
Oh, dang! Got the doohickey.
Man's pulling up with a contraption. What is this?
What is this? Is this Iron Brotherhood? Oh no, dude, he's a guardsman. He's got the bolter.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Oh my god, he's got an airsoft bolter. That's sick from Warhammer. He's got guardsman loadout. That's so cool. There's no way a guardsman would be able to fire a bolter.
I'm not up to date on the lore.
There's no way a guardsman would be able to fire a bolter, dude. It'd dislocate, tear him in half.
You know that there is. Oh,
That is sick,
looks
though.
like they're carrying a big old tarp over there. Group of, 7 or 8.
Dang.
Let's rob him!
Yeah!
He's literally got it on his back and his big white bouncy fluffy, thing.
Wow. That's awesome.
I want to find Nash and Vulture. They're walking for get to them before they get to the bat house. Where are Nash and Vulture? My men still need to eat. yes. I'm asking. Here's
Huh.
just the first taste. I've got like
The quest items are different every year, so I mean I
Yeah.
don't know anything about what they're doing
yeah.
here, but the general concept applies. Yeah, he's got a little Rev patch on his chest armor. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't be against like developing some cool armor like that for us to wear. I'd love for us to figure out some like matching stuff for,
Yeah,
like our
same.
squad. But the risk with that is just everyone recognizes you. You know,
That's true. He has a tarp.
negotiating tarps.
Dude, he's got 5 rods.
We're not even halfway through this. We may not be able to watch this whole thing.
That's okay. I think just getting the idea of the
Signatures.
Dude.
Sign my face, Christopher. Christopher.
Sign my butt. Please,
Sign my butt. Is that what you
man.
said? Oh, am I? Are we? Is it broken? I broke it.
No, you didn't break it.
Oh, I think I'm just.
Just hit escape. Boom.
There we go. Look at this.
Reviews.
Customer reviews.
Rev is great. Wish I lived closer. Awesome field event and people. Best looking game.
Hopping.
I love you, Chris.
Yeah, shout out, dude. We all love Chris. Welcome to the club.
I think this is just a good overview on the event. Again, we're not sponsored. We just
not
love
even. I don't even
this
think
field.
that I have met Chris before.
He's a good guy.
I doubt that he remembers me because of how many people come through there.
Right.
But yeah, we're not like affiliated.
Yeah.
Or really, I mean,
Hopefully, we'd love to be one day. But,
we'd love to,
Yeah.
dude. Chris, hit us up, man.
we're trying to go this year.
We want to bring some of this stuff down to Georgia, so some events similar to this at some point. We'd love to. So
Trying to go this year, and we'll try to get some footage of that for you guys. We'll keep you posted on that. Man, you have anything else you wanted to add to?
no, man. I listen. If you got the money,
It's worth it.
even if you don't, save up. You got time. You got time, man. Save up. Look.
You got time.
Look. You can do it. All right. Anyone can muster up $130. Sleep in your car.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, man. I'm just saying that's what I would do.
Oh, you're saying at the event? Okay, not sell your house.
No,
to go
not
to
sell
Rev.
your house at the event. Yeah. I mean, we were going to do that at our last event. We were just going to sleep
go
in the van.
in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. Save some money.
But
it's worth it is all I'm trying to say. It's
Right.
worth it. If you can't do it this year, go next year. Look at that. So easy. You could get $130 in a year and a few months.
Well, either way, you're aware of the event now.
Yeah.
And you can go.
And you should.
And you
we'll
should.
see
It
you
would be
there.
right of you to go.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
We'll be there probably. We're trying to figure out the logistics of getting everyone there, and also like
a big van and taking all the stuff with us. Yeah.
So,
well, yeah,
we'll either be there this year or we'll be there sometime next year. But hopefully, Rev Omega. That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, and hey, Ballahack has a ton of other events. Different from this.
Yeah, just go on their website and check them out.
We'll have this page linked down below, but go check out all their events, man. They got all sorts of cool stuff. If you're more of a milsim type player, they've got a really cool milsim event they've been doing where it's like limited. Like there's only like, what was it? There's only
very
like
few
30
tickets.
slots or something.
Yeah.
Like very, very limited, and everything's provided. So if you're into milsim stuff, go do something like that. I don't know if they're still doing it, but their World Conflict series
was a lot of fun. Yeah. He would post those on his YouTube, and it was like a big story.
Everything you need is down below. Yeah. If you guys like the channel and you want to help support us, give us a like, give us a subscription, a subscribe down there.
Yeah.
And then if you want to help us grow, obviously you can share and comment on the video. That boosts us up in that algorithm. Like I said, everything you could need is down in the description below. Yeah. That's going to be our Instagram. That's going to be our Reddit. That's going to be our merch. That's going to be all of the links we've talked about in this video down there below.
Look in the description. And if you don't do it, you're a fool.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. Yeah. We love making content for you. And we just want to bring you cool airsoft
Bless you
stuff.
With this gem.
Bestow upon you. Bequeath you.
Bequeath them to you.
Rev Omega breakdown. So, yeah, I reckon that's everything.
I think it might be. Well, you want to go to Rev?
Let's go right now.
Yeah, let's go right now. Why wait until December?
I'm just gonna grab the RPK.
We're gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my G3 and we'll go.